Hiya Dale, great to meet up with you yesterday morning and do some work on your game. Great session, very productive. Saw some changes pretty quickly. I mean, from shot 1 to shot 2 was quite a remarkable change around just with one quite simple thought. Just a quick recap on the key issue that we had, or key issues that we experienced. What we're going to see is, first of all, we talked about your backswing. You've become a little bit too good at left tilting and you've been exaggerating. We talked about the side bend to the left being an overall look, and that overall look is made up of a player working the left shoulder down, left tilting, extending and rotating. And what I'm seeing with a player here is the player working down to me. You can see the head drop during the backswing. You've worked so hard on left tilting that it's just becoming a little bit excessive. So what I would say is just back off on the backswing. I think you've been trying to fix everything by the backswing in the past. What we needed to look at today, or yesterday should I say, was a little bit more downswing and through swing related. So from a slightly exaggerated position at the top, what we saw was a player who got accumulator 4 travelling a little bit too far. Upper centre gets too far forward too soon, and we're pushing up out the ground before we've gone down into it. So you can see the dramatic gain in height as you're coming through the golf ball. Pushing up out the ground too quick, bringing the hips out the forward tilt too soon, too much rotation, not enough linear, resulting in that right arm expanding too soon, wrists unloading too soon, etc, etc. So the key thought that we gave you was to hit some what we call 3/4 laymans. So we're going to consider, we talked about Tom Lehman's sort of through swing and how he maintained the flex in his left knee excessively, in my opinion, but it's sort of the exact opposite of what you would normally do. So with that thought in mind, we're going to make a 3/4 swing, or at least this is the feel. You can see that little loss of height there, but accumulator 4 travelling a much more appropriate distance. Now you're going into the ground much more. So if we compare these two swings, say at P5, first thing we notice is that there's a little bit more loading of the shaft. The left knee is considerably more flexed. The left shoulder has stayed down for longer rather than started to work upwards and rotate. We then play this through to P6. You can see now that the flex in the left knee is maintained. On the upper screen, the flex in the left knee has already started to diminish, shallowing out the angle of descent too soon. Remember, we want to hit down on an iron more and compress the golf ball. The release point is also a touch further forward, so if we do a line down from the badge on the glove of your left hand, we can see that that is a little bit nearer to the back of the golf ball. Now we synchronise these up and work through to 7. Shaft lean greatly improved, nowhere near as much of a gain of height, more separation of the two centres, etc, etc. So we sent the images across as a comparison, and 3/4 laymans was the feeling during the swing. So maintaining the left knee flex for longer. We would want to see the left knee long term start to straighten up from P7 through to P8 with an iron, and from P6 to P8 with a driver, because we're trying to hit the driver on the slightly on the upswing to level, and we're certainly trying to hit down on an iron. As you push up with the left leg, the hips come out the forward tilt, and that allows the hips to continue to tuck and rotate. Tons better coming through the golf ball. And the only other criticism we had was we had a high rate of closure on the way through. with the elbows flexing quite a lot. So if you look at the top right hand screen now, what we've asked you to do here, same again, 3/4 layman, controlling the length at which accumulator 4, the left arm travels, pushing down into the ground, getting that linear movement in there, plenty of shaft lean coming through impact, quite a wrap over of the hands, pretty residual really from what you've done in the past. So all we're going to ask you to do here is spend quite a lot of time. I think it's on this one. I'm just going to move on in, just rapid fire this one. Spend a little bit more time hitting shots, trying to finish in that position that we see here, where the arms and the shaft are out in front of you, creating a P9 position, controlling the rate at which the club face closes down through impact. Good luck with it. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. It was a great session. Swing's looking really, really good. I'll just put this main swing here on for you and take it back to 7, because to be fair, you can't see this P7 enough. Control and accumulator 4. Pushing down into the ground, crushing the can if you will, then extending that left side. Beautiful impact position, much more linear, much more control of the golf club. Good luck with it and speak soon. Well done.